Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to do something totally different than I've ever done on my channel. I was watching Brittany Lee Saunders, I think that's her name. I'll link her channel down below. But she does like these funny little chat sessions where she shares random stories, and she was sharing a scary story that happened to her, and I just thought it was fun, so I thought I would do it too. And if this is something you guys enjoy, give it a thumbs up or comment down below and let me know that you enjoyed it, and if you want to hear any more stories. But I thought this was just kind of like a fun way to get to know me, kind of lighten up my channel and break up the beauty videos here and there. So today I will share one of my scary stories. I actually have quite a few. Depending on how long this video is, I might share an extra one maybe. I have so many freaky stories, seriously. Like, I used to work at a hotel, and that alone has like a mile-long stories in of itself that I could tell you. Maybe I'll do like a hotel series. If any of you work for hotels, you will know where I'm coming from with that. So if any of you watching this work for a hotel, you will know exactly where I'm coming from. So maybe I'll just do a separate series with those. Okay, so I was home alone one time with my little sister, and she was downstairs in the basement doing laundry because that's where the laundry room was. And I had just gotten out of the shower. It was nighttime. I don't know where the rest of my family was. I think they were like at a basketball game or something. I don't know. It was summertime. That's all I know. And it was nighttime. But I had just gotten out of the shower. I threw a towel around me, and I was going through the living room, and we have this like huge window in our living room. And me being young and stupid, I wasn't thinking anything. And I was just planning to walk through the living room, but the TV was on, and it was like, I don't know, like Buffy the Vampire Slayer or something like that. I think it was Buffy. It was Buffy or Angel, one of those shows. And something on it had caught my attention, and I was like intrigued. So I was standing there, you know, holding my towel, just watching the show. And all of a sudden, I thought I saw something from the corner of my eye. And as I was turning to look, I seen these guys, like their faces, and I let out a scream, and my sister let out a scream at the exact same time. And my sister's like, "Oh my God, someone's looking at me." And I was like, "Oh my gosh." And so she's running up the stairs screaming, saying that there's guys peeking in on her. So I was like, "Oh my gosh." So I see these guys start taking off, and what do? I don't call the cops. I don't get my clothes on. I don't go to my little sister and console her and tell her it's going to be okay. What do? I tell her to stay in the house. I go running outside like a crazy chick with my towel on, wet hair, everything. Running out there, yelling and screaming at these creeps. And I can see them running across the field as fast as they can. And I scream out bloody murder. "That's right, you keep running, you peeping Toms. Next time I'll call the cops on you." Like, I was just like going off on them. And I was like, "Yeah, that's right, keep running. You better be scared, you peeping Toms." And and I just kept yelling at him. Those guys were probably thinking, that chick is crazy. That is one crazy white chick. I know that's probably what they're thinking, but and we lived out in the country, so I could see them running in this cornfield, and I don't know where they went. So I finally went back in the house, and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, what did I just went out there in my towel yelling at a group of guys. What is wrong with me?" And my sister was just laughing like, "I can't believe you just did that." So to make a long story short, we called our brother. So my brother came home with a few of his buddies, and my brother played college ball, so he had his baseball bat with him, thinking that was going to be a weapon or something. I don't know. But the guys were nowhere to be found. They were hiding somewhere. So we never had any trouble again. But it was pretty creepy, I will say. And I don't know what's creepier, the guys peeking in on us or me going out there in a towel yelling and screaming like a freaking crazy woman. But it did the trick. I mean, it scared him away. It probably was really stupid of me to do that. And if you ever, I hope none of you ever are in that situation, but if you find yourself in that situation, do not do that. Just call the cops. Just call the cops. And make sure your doors are locked. That is the smart thing to do. But luckily, thankfully, it was a good ending for my sister and I. But it was a very creepy, scary experience for the both of us. Something we both will never forget. Okay, so second story is kind of a creepy, funny story. I was probably like 19, 20, somewhere around there. I was living at home, but I was actually, the whole family was moving, and I was moving out on my own. So we were just packing up the house and everything. And I had like a box in one hand, and I had my kitty in the other. And my mom had been doing some packing, and I didn't know this, but there was a trash bag sat in the hallway of just like stuff she was throwing away. And I was walking, and all of a sudden I felt like this pain in my foot, and I was like, ouch, and it hurts. And I didn't scream really. It was just like, oh, like that. And when I went, oh, like that, of course, naturally, my cat got scared, clawed my chest, and jumped off me. And so I looked down. Wait for it. Wait for it. I looked down, and have you ever seen a crochet needle, like people who knit? They're like, you know, this long, and there's a hook at the end. There was one of those up my ankle. Literally, it was up my ankle and had stretched the skin up to here. Like the needle had went through my ankle and it was sticking up, and the skin somehow had stretched that far up, and it didn't poke all the way through, and you could see a vein wrapped around it, and it was creepy. Oh my gosh. I was thinking like, oh my gosh, what am I gonna do? I was really calm. I was so scared that I was calm. It's so weird. So I go, I call my brother. I'm like, Adam, will you come here? And he's like, what, Brooke? So he comes walking up to me, and he's like, oh God, and he runs away from me. I'm like, don't! So I'm like standing there like, no, please come help me. And then my sister, who thinks she's like this little tough woman, she's like, what's going on? What? And she comes up, she's, oh my gosh, oh God, mom, and then she starts running away. Like, my siblings do not help me. They are like repelled by me. They just start running, and they're freaking out, and they're screaming for my mom, and I'm like, will somebody please help me? Like, I was so calm. It was just weird. So my mom comes up, and she's like, oh my God, dear Jesus, and she like drops to her knees. I'm like, Mom, I'm okay. You're just gonna have to pull it out and just hold a towel on me. So she's like, kids, get me a towel. So like my brother gets her one, or my sister, I don't know which one did, and they like tossed it to her because they couldn't even come near me. And I'm sitting there all calm, and I remember I was holding my mom's head. I'm like, Mom, I'm okay. You just need to get this out of me. We'll clean it, disinfect it. I'll be okay. And she's like sitting there bawling her eyes out, and I'm like holding her. Mom, it's gonna be okay. And she starts pulling it really slow, and I can feel it grinding over my ankle bone. I'm like, okay, just rip it. And she's like, I can't, I gotta do it slow. I'm like, no, if you do it fast, it'll hurt less, because I could just feel like grinding against that bone. So I was like, Mom, please just do it quick. So she takes it, she makes sure she's got like a really firm hold, and then she rips it. And then she just put a towel on it, and she was she was so scared to look to see if there was like a really bad like cut or wound, or if it was gonna come gushing out, that she literally like compressed it for probably a good half hour. And then she finally lifted it up, and it looked like there was just like this little scratch. It did not look like anything. So we rinsed it in water and disinfected it and put some medicine on it and watched it that night. And it was sore, of course, to walk on. But like just a few days later, it was fine. And it didn't even need stitches. It just was so like just a deep puncture. And it stopped bleeding. And I don't have a scar from it. But it was one of the creepiest sights to see this needle. I mean, it's probably like... If you guys don't know what a crochet needle looks like, it's probably about the thickness of this makeup brush and the length, and then it has a hook. Luckily, the hook didn't go in. It went all the way in, just like this. Say this is my ankle. It went just like into here, and then right where the hook is, it stopped. So this much and my skin had pulled up that much, and you could see veins wrapped around it. Nobody believes me unless they talk to my family. It was one of the creepiest things. I wish I would have taken a picture of it now that I know I was going to be okay. If I had thought about it, I would have been like, take pictures so people believe this. But it was the creepiest looking thing I have ever seen in my entire life. And it was pretty scary. Luckily, I am like Rambo and, you know, we can pull it out and be fine and heal. But, yeah, it was pretty creepy. But, yeah, those are a couple of my scariest stories. I don't know if you guys like this or not. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Comment down below and let me know if you like these kind of videos. I'll make more. Maybe I'll do some like embarrassing moments and make myself... Maybe I'll do some like embarrassing moments and make myself look like a complete fool. But, yeah, I just like these little chit chat videos. If you guys like it, give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't yet, subscribe. And thank you so much for watching. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care. Bye.